Hello friends, it is Stasia and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very fun announcement. It is round 4 of the Spooktober readathon. This was originally created by my bestie Rylan, but along the way she brought me on just so I could sort of help her a little bit, also because we love to host literally everything together. But yeah, so this is the 4th year that she's doing it. It's going to take place the entire month of October. This is a team-based readathon, so there will be 3 teams. If you're not on Discord, I suggest joining Discord, if anything, for this readathon, because you get to unlock a specific section for your team. You can chat, you can do all of that sort of fun things. But yeah, so there will be 3 teams who are all competing to win. I'm gonna go into the point system before I go into the prompts. So the point system, every single prompt you complete is 50 points. You can complete every prompt once from your team, and so the max you can get is 300 because there are 6 prompts. On top of that, you can read 1 team book and that will be worth 100 points. So in total, theoretically, for this readathon, you could read up to 7 books. Every single page you read is worth 1 point. So if you read a book that is 600 pages and it fulfills one of the prompts, then in total that book would be worth 650 pages, if that makes sense. There is a registration that you need to do so that we can know what team you're on, and that will be linked down below, along with the point submission sheet, which will not be open yet, but will definitely be open on October 1st. But the registration is open now, so you can jump in there, you can register, you can join the Discord, all of that fun stuff. Of course, I will leave the Discord and the Instagram linked down below if you are not already on either of those. Let us get into the prompts. Each team has different prompts, but they're slightly different, so that the ground is kind of even for each team. So first we have Team Ghost. This is usually like the mystery genre, but you don't have to read any specific genre. Like, you don't have to read just horror, you don't have to read just thrillers, you don't have to read just mysteries. You can read any sort of spooky book. Your team choice doesn't really matter. But the first prompt for the Ghost team is a poll pick. Pretty easy. Just pop in 4 books or however many you want in a poll, have people vote on it, and then yeah, whatever wins is what you will read. If you like to plan your TBR ahead of time, you can always pop that in the Discord early and see what wins. And there's that. Pretty simple. Then you have an on the cover prompt, and for the Ghost team, that is blood and or a broken object on the cover. There are many books. Honestly, I would give you some recommendations now, but at the end of September, closer to October, I am planning on releasing an actual book recommendation video for all of the prompts for all of the teams. So there is that. Then we have a book told from one point of view. Pretty self-explanatory, one narrator, that's it. Instead of like dual perspective or multiple perspective, this one is going to be looking for one perspective. Next, we have a locked room / closed circle of suspects. So this basically means like it's not an open book. There's a set number of people who are involved in the actual situation. Yeah, they're either locked on the same room, same island, or something like that. There's only a certain number of suspects that could happen, rather than like a random thriller where, you know, kind of it just happens in New York and anyone in New York could technically be it. Locked room is like a certain number of people are the only ones who could reasonably be involved. Next we have published before 2020. Pretty self-explanatory. Go to Goodreads would be my recommendation. Thrillers published in 2019 or something like that, and a whole list would come up for you. And then the last prompt would be any mystery book. So take that as you will, any book that has mystery go off. And then for Team Ghost, your two options of team books would be The Neighbor's Secret by L. Allison Heller and How We Fall Apart by Katie Zhao, neither of which I have read. There's that. So that's everything for Team Ghost. Now we're gonna go on to Team Killer, which is technically the thriller people. The first prompt here is another poll pick, and then there on the cover prompt would be staircase, hallway, or house. There are so many. I promise you, it sounds like it might be hard, but I promise it is so easy to find these sort of prompts. So any book that has a stairway, hallway, house, that sort of thing on the cover would absolutely count. The next one is multiple POVs, so just more than one perspective in the book. Next one is a missing person. Yeah, missing person trope, pretty popular, so I would say that it wouldn't be too hard to find. That would be the trope pick for Team Killer. Then we have published in 2023, so a new release, also very easy to find. Just go ahead and look up thrillers that were published in 2023. This is taking place in October, so you will have had 9 past months to choose from, and I will say there have been a lot of great thrillers that came out this year, so that's good. And then the last prompt that you have would be any thriller book, so any book of your choice. And your two team books that you can choose from would be They All Fall Down by Rachel Housel Hall. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. And then the second one would be hashtag Murder Trending by Gretchen McNeil. So those would be the two team books for Team Killer. Choose one. And lastly, we have Team Zombie, and these are essentially the horror people. So there's that. So for their first prompt, as per usual, they have a poll pick. Pop a poll somewhere, then whatever wins will be what you read. And there on the cover prompt would be spooky woods or trees, so any sort of like outdoorsy things on the cover would work for that. Their next prompt would be a past and present timeline. There are quite a few books like this, and where there's a present timeline that is happening where the crime or whatever has taken place, but there's also chapters in the past to kind of bring you up to speed. But again, if you have absolutely no idea, we have an entire month to plan, and I do plan on doing a recommendation video if you can't find any. Also in the Discord, definitely feel free to ask your team or whoever if they have any recommendations. Then we have an isolated setting, so basically set on an island. Typically would be an isolated setting or out in the ocean, like on a boat. Basically isolated, you're just in one small area, I would say. And then they have published after 2020, so 2020 on, absolutely free game, just look them up. And then the last one, as per usual, would be any horror book, whatever fits your fancy, anything that you want, even if it fits none of the previous prompts. Any horror book you want to read, go ahead, that will cover that prompt. And then lastly, their team books that they have to choose from. The first one would be Ghostwood Song by Erica Waters, and then the second option would be Hidden Pictures by Jason Recolak. I have no idea how to say that. It doesn't necessarily matter which team you join, whether you go based off of genre, whether you go based off prompts, anything like that. Free game for anyone. I will say that the points will be averaged, so it won't be that the team with the most amount of people will necessarily win. It will all be averaged to the number of people on the team. And there will be a giveaway for anyone who submits books, and that will be chosen at random, and the winner will win one book up to $15 US dollars. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You have 6 prompts and 1 team book, but any book you read technically counts because you can submit it for page number, just the pages, not necessarily the prompts. So if I read romance, it will technically still be submitted because I could submit it for page count even if it doesn't submit any points. But all right, I think that's everything. And if it's not, feel free to ask any questions in the comments or in the Discord. Everything will be linked down below for you. I will have all the prompts written in writing down below in the description as well, just because it might be a bit easier. But that is everything. and I'm very, very excited. Last year I very much was horrible at Spooktober, but this year I've been saving a lot of spooky books, and I'm very excited to hopefully dive into them in October with you all. So that is all from me. You can like, comment, and subscribe down below if you'd like. Everything mentioned, as well as the Discord, the Instagram, and Ryland's announcement video will be linked down below. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!